Welcome to No Church Church. Apple, the greatest company ever. But if you go to House of Destiny Network, Kim Clement declares something a little bit different. Type in the word Apple, you'll come up with 8 results, but the top one, March 13th, 2013, is the one I want to talk about today. He starts out with Elijah was favored. A raven fed him. Now he brings it home to us and he says, hoping an opportunity will open here. And he declares an opportunity will open there. And you know, for me, it's like, where is opportunity? I think it's everywhere. I think we have plenty of opportunity. If we even think about the sower, right? He goes out and he's throwing seed everywhere. You would say that this guy was not very wise. Why? Because he threw his seed on rocky ground. And if you were sitting there saying, well, if your seed is valuable, why in the world would you throw it on rocky ground? Why would you not throw it into the best ground ever, right? We must be smarter than the sower who sowed their seed everywhere. But maybe he's smarter because he knows that seed is the purpose of growth. And he also knows that you're not going to have the perfect opportunity at everything. And so take many different opportunities, and some harvest nothing. Some harvest 30, some harvest 60, some harvest 100%. And so for me, opportunities everywhere. The amount of increase from the opportunity is all different. This seems a little grave. It says, what is going to happen to the United States of America when the Middle East and OPEC say, we have control over you? God steps in and creates opportunity. He changes the narrative and he says, well, there's going to be a new source of energy that comes in that America will no longer need the Middle East oil supplies. And that's what I'm saying. Every time there seems to be something bad, there's always opportunity for something better. He goes on to say 20,000, it will come sooner than people think. They will say, no, 20,000, 20,000. And we know that this is in reference to the dinar. We just did the video on that. And so he's re-editating that. And he says, it will happen sooner than people think. It will be a shock. And yes, it will, because right now we're at 29,000. So if the market crashed instantly to 20,000, it will be a definite shock. But based on Dana Coverstone's prophecies, dreams, it might not be a shock because he says the market's going to crash. Here's something I have not figured out. And if you can figure it out, great. Let's talk about it. I heard something the other day as well, BBB, and I said to the Lord, make it a little bit clearer. People must invest. That is one of the things they should invest in. And that's basically it. He does not go on to give us any other clues. So going through Kim Clement's stuff, if you see anything with BBB that you think enlightens this investment opportunity, please leave a comment. Then he starts talking about there's another thing. Apple would start losing its influence and another phone system will come forth. Now he says that right after he says search and find out for yourself what BBB is. So maybe this new phone company or service is BBB. He goes on to say, keep your eyes open. Then he goes on to say stuttering and stumbling. And I don't know if this is a key word to that phone system, even for him to say stammering lips. But he continues with, God wants to give his people millions of dollars, even billions of dollars. So keep your eye out on this. If you see anything come about, great, tell me, because I'd like to invest. And before I go to the Apple charts, let's see what else this prophecy has. Next, he talks about double crowns. Again, I don't know if this is all BBB, the company that's going to come to knock Apple down. I don't know if double crowns is another company on top of this, or if it's another symbol that we should be looking for BBB, which will be a phone company or some kind of internet service company. But he does say that we need to be mindful because literally we'll make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars when he releases this. So now let's go to the Apple charts. And remember, this was March 13, 2013. And this was March 2013. Apple was pretty low in comparison to where it is today. And that increase on Apple was 860%. So we would obviously say Kim Clement missed it. But he also didn't say invest until you saw this other system come to fruition. What is the other system that would take market shares from Apple? But now that we see Elon Musk sending all these satellites up into space, creating a new internet service, and he's declaring that he will make SpaceX Starlink a IPO stock option for us. I think Apple is coming to the end. So based on that information of a new company bringing something different for not only the US, but all of the world to share, and this double top reversal pattern that happens in the stock market, we have Apple in an uptrend. It hits a high resistance level, then comes back down, catches some upward momentum off of a support level before coming back to the old highs from over here, which will act as resistance and price goes lower. Are we not seeing the same thing with Apple here? Came into resistance, fell off, came down to support level, started going back up. If Apple can't go above this line, and based on Dana Coverstone's prophecies of a market crash, could this be the right time to take a short trade on Apple? This would definitely be a long-term trade till after May, because remember what Dana Coverstone talked about, Passover, great things coming? What if the great things that are coming are Elon Musk bringing Starlink to market? And if you're already in a down trade on Apple, wouldn't that just thrust those options lower? So when we think about Kim Clement's prophecy of shorting Apple because it's losing market share because of this great new system that's coming, potentially Elon Musk Starlink or something else. And then we see great investors like Warren Buffett sell $800 million worth of Apple, or even when Tim Cook, the CEO, sold shares of his Apple stock before the stock split, which is probably a good idea because they lost over 20% profit. And why did these guys sell? Because they made profit, right? They stuck their seed into the ground. That seed came up. It made them a harvest. And now they harvest out that seed and they're taking that seed to put it somewhere else. And so we should do the same thing. We should know when things change. Seasons change things, but also disruptors. Think about how many disruptors happen, right? Uber, total disrupt the taxi cab service. I know taxi cab companies that lost millions of dollars because anybody with a car can drive as a taxi. What about Amazon? What about Tesla? All of these disruptors. And what happens is they make life more convenient. For me, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, man, wouldn't it be great if Elon Musk is thinking real big picture, right? So he wants to do solar panels for your house. But now he's wanting to do satellites around the world, and he has cars. What if he makes your life totally convenient to have everything hooked up in one service package? Your house, internet service, your car, internet service, makes a phone, internet service. And I think he has, right? He has Neuralink, which what? Helps people who are paralyzed operate phones and robotic limbs through their thoughts. But how could this impact the general market? What if you could turn on your AC at your house with a thought? You don't actually have to go into your phone. What if you could turn on your car with a thought? What if you can have something delivered or your car pick something up with a thought? There's things that I always say to invest in, and that is convenience. The more convenience you add to the consumer is going to buy it, right? Because we want our lives to be easier. The easier our lives are, then we have more time. We have less effort. We're able to accomplish more quicker. So it's fantastic that I don't mind paying a $5 service or $10 service for somebody to deliver something to my house, because otherwise I got to get dressed. I got to go to the store. I got to wait in line. I got to pick up that thing and then I got to go back home. So I'm using gas and time and money and effort when I can pay somebody a very minimal price to do that service for me. Convenience. Invest in convenience. I think some powerful disruptors are coming to the market, especially through Elon Musk. And that's why I think Apple is going to go down, because I don't know that they're adding this same convenience. I think they're a great software company, but I don't know what market value they're trying to add for you to be able to do things quicker. I think their software possibly could be a little dated for the future. And that's why I'm keeping my eyes open to things like Starlink, Neuralink, and a time to invest in Tesla. When Dana Coverstone talks about the market crashing, that's the time to buy Tesla after the market crash. Let's get in low, sell high, buy low, sell high. The market's high right now. Sell. get back in at a low.